Right. Well, it's Sunday, and we got some progress done yesterday. Got set up. We got some plywood up in the attic. So tomorrow, when everybody's here and we're trying to put the roof rafters up, they actually have somewhere to stand up there. Rather than when we did the fronts, it was kind of like winging it and just literally stepping on the rafters back and forth. Well, my brother's helper was up in there jumping around. I think my brother was up there some too. So yeah, so that was good, and got a couple other things squared away. I think today is mainly going to be working on setting up to make sure I'm 100% ready for everybody to be here tomorrow. So do a bunch of cleanup while I was up there, all those black things on the floor and stuff like that. Those are turds, animal turds that were up on the tops of the walls and stuff like that in there that I knocked down while I was up there yesterday. So I'm gonna work on getting everything cleaned up, all my sawdust and all that stuff. I'm probably, once everything's swept, I'll probably take some time and kind of lay out my ideas on the new kitchen layout that I'm thinking and whatnot. So I just want to make sure everything's ready to be efficient tomorrow when everybody's here. The other thing is I have somebody coming that's supposed to be taking all the wood from the trees that we took down that's outside. And yeah, you might be able to see it a little. And this guy initially said, can I get a truck and a trailer to where the wood's at? And I said, yeah. I was like, but you might need four-wheel drive because the driveway's dirt and whatnot. And a couple of people have gotten stuck in it. And he says, yeah, it's four-wheel drive. So I'm like, okay, you know. And then I told him that I needed him to acknowledge on there that I'm not responsible if he hurts himself and if any damage happens to him or anything while he's here. And he acknowledged that and whatnot. And he's like, oh, I've been doing this 40 years and all that stuff. So everything seemed great. And then now he's coming and he's bringing a log splitter. He's going to split it all here. Now that I've blown off multiple other people that want it, and he's on his way with his log splitter to split it. So I'm guessing the trailer he's showing up with is just a log splitter. And then probably just because he said he doesn't want to put the big logs in the trailer, in the truck bed. He doesn't want to damage the truck bed. In the ad, I said it was 3 90-foot trees that came down. So if he's showing up with a regular pickup truck bed and planning on splitting it, he's going to be here all day. That's not what I want to deal with. Because obviously I'm not going to leave somebody here working on my property. So I got work to do anyway, but I'd rather not be wondering what somebody else is doing out there. So hopefully he's got a big F350 8-foot bed and a good sized trailer, and the log splitter he's going to roll off the trailer when he gets here. But let's see what happens. I'm not very happy about this, if you can't tell. Whatever, just got to get it off the property, right? All right, so one side is reasonably clean. And the guy did show up for the wood. He is driving a 1500 Silverado with a short bed and a tiny little tow behind wood splitter. Seems like a nice old guy, and he's loaded up some of the small stuff. And right away he said, yeah, I'll probably be back, you know, a couple times throughout the week, you know, with my nephew and whatnot to help load it up. And you know, I know all the routines, the things I have to say in like selling cars and car parts and all that type of stuff on like Facebook Marketplace. I never thought to put in the post like preference goes to who can take it all at once in one visit, or no splitting on site, no cutting on site, stuff like that. So it's my own fault. It is what it is. The guy, it seems like the guy needs the wood, so I'm glad he's gonna get it. It's just it's a multiple inconvenience, but that's okay. It is what it is. So I keep going on, but in starting to clean up and kind of going through things, getting things ready for tomorrow, one of the things I've been doing is I have a hose for the well that I've been using to like fill the camper and rinse cars off and stuff like that, and I just keep throwing it on the ground because I don't want to go buy a hose hang up reel until the house is done and pick a nice one and all that stuff. And I just went over into the breezeway here and there's two of them. It's got an animal turd on it, but there's two of them right there. So, yep. And they are petrified brittle. I just gave a little tap to knock the turd off of it, and the thing just shattered. Oh wow, that was barely even that wasn't an aggressive tap at all. Just like everything with this house, nothing's any good. But one of them survived. So maybe I'll screw this on and use it super gently. I'll probably come out in the morning and the hose will be out on the ground. Anyway, get back to it. All right, so I got I believe the final layout of the floor plan done for the kitchen, the bedroom, and this bedroom. I think that's where it's gonna land and whatnot. There's one area that I may rob a little room from the closet to the kitchen, but I'll show that. Put out some gray duct tape over the lines just to kind of give a more visual of, rather than just a pencil line to try and see in the video. And being able to see it, even just myself, look across the whole room and see it. So this is what we got. We did a little shiftiness, a little moving around, rob Peter, pay Paul, and what do you think where we landed? So this is one of the original bedrooms, and that's where the original wall was. So we're not moving that wall into this bedroom at all. This area right here used to be a closet for this room, a built-in shelving thing from that room, and then a closet for that room. And then that was built out that way for another built-in. So that was originally the whole wall for that room over there. And that's about 34 inches. So this area here will now, not that you would want to, but there's enough room for plenty of room widthwise for a queen size bed to go from this wall to the door opening, because this is where the door opening is. That's where there was a built-in. I gotta put a stud in the middle of that. And then this leaves
a little over a foot past the end of the bed, and the bed would extend over here somewhere. So plenty of room to get in around the bed to make the bed and all that stuff. And that's at a queen size. You'd most likely have a full in here or twin, whichever one's the bigger one. I don't remember. But we'll be keeping this doorway here. And then this was the original wall of this bedroom over there, basically out at that outer one. And there's the doorway. So keeping that wall in the same place is basically lining up the fridge, so the fridge is fully recessed into the bedroom. So those are the symbolizing the fridge doors. So nothing's encroaching into the kitchen anymore. So where we had the kitchen, the fridge bumping out here, now that's straight by cabinets. And then this is the closet. And this is 36 inches deep because that's how deep we're going for the fridge. So that's deeper than it needs to be for a closet. So I'll leave one side deep, and then this side here, narrowed this up to about 30 inches. So when you go in the pantry, this is where the pantry door will be. You can have a bunch of built-in shelves on this side, and then on that side, that notches back there. So that'll be all built-in shelves. And then there'll be shelves all across the front of it. And probably like half of this area here will be where the broom, the mop, and stuff like that go. And then rather than make the closet obscenely big for a little room, I figured share the wealth, built-in shelving unit on one side of the fridge, and then built-in shelving unit for the bedroom, and then the same on this side. This will be notched in, and probably a cabinet in the bottom, and then some shelving up top. And same thing from here in the kitchen, because this is where the door will be going outside. So it'll swing this way. So behind the door, I can have one cabinet. That's, I think that's about 36 inches also. So I'll have like a base cabinet down there, and then some shelving up there to put any knickknacks that you'll want to kind of show off in the kitchen for everybody to see, with like glass doors probably. So that'll make it so everything is wide open. Coming in around here to go to the pantry, plenty of room, and that's 42 inches deep. And I'm not sure how wide it ended up being. Let's see. Let's get a tape measure on it. Let's give you guys some details, shall we? Yeah, so about 46 inches wide. So that's a good size for the pantry. And then, as I said, this will all be cabinets. To give a reference, that's 4 feet, so that was going to be two 24-inch cabinets. And then this will probably be a 36-inch cabinet. So you have a big one for all pots and pans. And then same thing up top, we'll have the countertop, and then 1 foot deep upper cabinets across the whole top here. And then that's where that notches out for the Lazy Susan or whatever I end up there. Sink will be right in the middle. So the triangle that I talked about isn't technically a triangle anymore, but I'm sure it'll be fine. The sink will be here, the stove will be right here, and the fridge will be right here. So that's not bad of a shuffle to get the fridge out of the way. And then from coming in the door, hello animals, anybody out here? Yeah, so from coming in the door, you'll just see all countertops, sink, stove, fridge will be dead center perfectly in the opening here. And I forget what that measurement was, but that was a wide measurement in the middle. Plenty of space, and then you'll have 7 feet of countertop right there. And then it'll open right up into the bedroom. And you'll have upper cabinets here, just the center size window, I believe. And then cabinets from there on over to there, and over and above the stove also. And then probably a over-range microwave with the exhaust fan in it. So that's that. I got that owl out of my head and taped out on the floor. use gray duct tape. I hate it. I don't want to leave it down, but I'll leave it down until tomorrow because I got 2 of my brothers showing up tomorrow. So when they come by, I can give them the full-on experience of what do you think? And then I'll pull it up before everybody starts trampling it and getting it stuck to the floor. So yeah, so there's that. Now I'll work on cleaning up the other side and make a plan for the rest of the afternoon. And an update on the wood situation. The guy showed up and he picked up 1 truck bed of the smaller wood and he's gone. He said something about coming back later in the week with his nephew when he first got here, but I figured he'd be making a couple of runs today, but he's been gone for a couple hours now. I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to send him a message and tell him it all has to be gone by the end of the week, because sometimes people, you give them a little bit of leeway and they'll just come by and, oh, I'll do 1 load every 3 days. And next thing you know, it's a month and a half later and you still have stuff here buried under the snow. So anyway, I'll put a little pressure on him. I'm going to work on cleaning up the other side some. I stapled up some plastic and I hung a 2x6 up there and stapled a little board across the bottom of it, so that'll block this doorway when I have this all unscrewed while I'm working in there, because I still haven't put a door in yet. And then when I'm done, you just roll it up, throw it up on top of that, and it's out of the way to put the door, the wall back in. We won't call it a door. All right, so wrapping up, basically I just did a bunch of cleanup and organizing and stuff like that to be ready for the guys to get here tomorrow so we can all work efficiently. I didn't put any of the tools away, I just organized them. I didn't lock them up and all that like I normally do. So I just kind of laid them out. I'm not leaving the property tonight anyway, so whatever. So that'll help for tomorrow. Screws, nails, all that stuff's organized now. The floor is totally clear. That way there we can grab the lumber in the morning for the roof rafters and just shoot it in the window and start cutting. Well, maybe we might even just cut them outside. I'm not sure. Probably just cut them outside. I think tomorrow's going to be pretty okay. But then I also did all the math on the rear rafter tail and made a template. So this end up here is the right angle where it meets the ridge beam, and then this notch right here, this is where it sits on the wall and then overhangs the outside here, and then this end out on that end, that's where the fascia board goes, basically where the gutter hangs out on the outside edge, so it goes right up against the wall like this, and the wall is basically where my hand is, and that's the whole tail that hangs out outside. So that should help out a little bit. Have that already ready for the morning, because that's kind of a tedious sometimes. But yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. You guys should be too. Should be very satisfying. If everybody shows up and things go smooth, we'll be rocking and rolling tomorrow. Anyway, hope you guys had a great weekend, and we'll check up later. Sorry I didn't post the video from Saturday until a while later. I might just put these both together tonight and post them one after the other. But we'll see. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Hope you guys had fun. We'll catch up later. Hopefully some major progress. Keep your fingers crossed for me.